Want to get to know your fascinating and diverse stellar neighbors within 20 light-years of the Earth? Then retired astronomer Thomas William Hamilton is your ideal informant and delightful tour guide, and his tour vehicle is his newest book, the third in recent years, Our Neighbor's Stars, including Brown Dwarfs, published by Strategic Book Publishing. Hamilton's wonderful book presents all the information known about the 100 stars in Earth's immediate neighborhood, and he conveys the information in such an engaging and absorbing way that I had to read the book in one sitting in the spirit of enjoying learning. As he goes in order from the closest star systems to those out to about 20 light-years, Hamilton takes us on an armchair star trek. Included in his information are these facts about the stars: their light-year distances from Earth, apparent and absolute magnitudes, mass, and diameters, spectral type classification, surface temperature, colors, flares, if any, age and expected lifespan, planets, if any, possible Goldilocks habitable zones, constellation location, and their own nearest neighbors. Hamilton, with a lifetime of astronomical experience and knowledgeable in astronomy education, along with the planetarium field and Apollo project work, includes their discoverers and their discoverers' stories, unless because of brightness they were always known. He peppers his accounts with additional tidbits, at times using his well-known cosmic comic flair for humor to tickle our funny bones. When referring to the old but debris-strewn, sun-like Tau Ceti, 11.89 light-years away, a favorite among science fiction writers and UFO speculators as a home of imagined advanced civilizations, as in Epsilon Eridani at 10.52 light-years, Hamilton engages his humor factor button. That the star is older than the sun, and yet no Tau Cetian monsters have invaded the solar system for fun and profit, he writes, may mean no chance for civilization there, possibly because heavier meteor and asteroid bombardment of planets make life unlikely. Or maybe we just don't taste good enough. Before he introduces us to the closest stars in Part 2, Hamilton in Part 1 tells how star distances, all guesswork until the 19th century, were first determined by astronomers of the 1800s, and how advances were made throughout the 20th century. The recent role of space probes, such as the European Space Agency's Hipparcos, are credited with getting stellar distances perfected. It is helpful that he has included lists with an alphabetical listing of the stars, star classes, and constellations with neighboring stars, along with astronomers' names he cited. In Our Neighbor's Stars, Hamilton has written a book that appeals to several levels of interest. It can inform the astronomical novice or curious from the general public in a clear way, help further the knowledge of the astronomically literate and space fans, as well as putting our star neighbors together in one essential, convenient handbook for amateur and professional astronomers. Right now, Tom Hamilton with Our Neighbor's Stars sings Getting to Know You for us to our starry companions as he makes his readers truly dance with the stars. Time for Patriots is a fascinating look into a world changed by knowledge from the future. Time for Patriots, the 21st century confronts Bunker Hill and after. Time for Patriots is a delightful adventure with marvelously crafted characters, so realistic I could swear I knew them. Guillermo Alfonso Calvo Mahe, Professor of English and Political Science, International Relations Directorate, Universidad Autónoma de Manizales. Time for Patriots is a fascinating look into a world changed by knowledge from the future. Christopher Nuttall, producer and managing editor of Changing the Times, the online alternate history magazine, www.changingthetimes.net. Time for Patriots is a splendid first novel by an author, already a serious scientist, who has the potential to be a most formidable sci-fi author. It is a highly imaginative story which reveals both a grasp of science and of history. Bernard J. Sussman, lawyer and librarian. Travel the universe when you open the breathtaking new book, Useful Star Names, with nebulas and other celestial features. The following review appears in the Planetarium, the Journal of the International Planetarium Society, December 2011, Volume 40, Number 4, pages 62 to 63, written by the book review editor April Witt of the Fernbank Planetarium in Atlanta, Georgia. I wanted to let you know about this volume with the descriptive title in time for stocking your gift shops and bookstores for the new year. It is, indeed, full of useful star names, and not just the usual Greek letters or catalog numbers either. The author introduces the work as derived from my experience of many years in the planetarium field. Each of us has pointed out stars and constellations on the dome, in the night sky, or on a star map. We have all told stories of gods and heroes. Some of us have struggled with unfamiliar pronunciations, wondered where a particular story came from, or related the difference between Zeben el-Genomi and Zeben el-Shamali. A few have even won constellation shootout contests with that. This book is divided into 4 sections. An alphabetical listing of the 88 constellations and the meanings of their names is first. Second is a list of stars, nebulae, and galaxies by constellation, with the accepted scientific designations for the named ones. This is the really useful section, a concise source for catalog listing, spectral class, distance in light years, RA, and DEC, and apparent magnitude. Many of the Chinese names were new to me, and a delight to add to the night sky knowledge, although I will need help with pronunciation. An alphabetical listing of all names, the original language of each, and English translation and pronunciation is third. The last section lists entries from various catalogs cross-listed to constellations. Recommend this book to your local astronomy club. Share it with a telescope user beginner. Purchase a copy for your planetarium library. It really is full of useful star names and other good information. Hamilton has a 4th book due to be released in summer of 2012, Mountain of Long Eyes, an anthology mostly of science fiction, but the title story introduces a Native American shaman using his tribal magic to battle terrorists attacking real astronomical facilities. One series of pure SF stories tracks the life of a young woman fleeing an unjust sentence on a planet settled long ago by fanatics from Earth. A couple stories are pure science-fictional humor. All books by Thomas William Hamilton can be purchased at Amazon.com and other online retailers, as well as directly from the publisher.